Hello, fellow paranormal enthusiasts. Welcome to the Circleville Letters. Circleville, Ohio, is a quaint little town surrounded by rural farmland and is about 25 miles south of Columbus. However, in the summer of 1976, Circleville resident and bus driver Ron Gillespie received a threatening letter accusing her of having an affair with school superintendent Gordon Massey. She kept silent about them until her husband Ron received one stating that he would be in danger if he didn't stop the affair. Another letter weeks later claimed they would leak the affair to the major news publications as well as billboards and signs. Mary and Ron told a few trusted relatives and had Paul Freeshower, Ron's brother-in-law, write back to the culprit claiming they know who it is. They believed it was another bus driver named David Longberry who was trying to get back at Mary for not wanting him when he made a pass at her. They realized it was not David, and soon after the signs started appearing around town claiming that the school superintendent Gordon Massey was romantically involved with their 12-year-old daughter, and shortly thereafter, on August 19, 1977, Ron received a call from the writer who claimed they were observing their house and described Ron's truck to a T. Angry, Ron stormed out of the door with a gun and drove his pickup truck. Moments later, Ron Gillespie would be dead. Ron was found dead in his truck, and one bullet had been fired from his handgun. The Sheriff Dwight Radcliffe, did not find any shell casings, but he did find that Ron's alcohol content was twice the legal limit and concluded Ron crashed into a tree and died on impact. However, relatives didn't believe that, but even still after Ron's death, the letters started going to many more citizens around Circleville, Ohio, claiming the sheriff was helping cover up Ron's death and that Mary and Superintendent Massey killed Ron. Shortly thereafter, Ron's brother-in-law, Paul Freeshower, and his wife Karen divorced. Karen moved into a trailer on Mary's property, and this is when Mary admitted to actually having an affair with Gordon Massey. However, she claimed it started after the first letter, which is very odd. In my opinion, why would you start having the affair after you received a threatening letter to end said affair? To me, that is just an odd... It's just odd. Then, on February of 1983, Mary saw another sign and she pulled it down. However, she noticed something odd. A gun was in a box attached to the sign. And if she would have torn down the sign more violently, the gun would have went off and she would have been shot and probably killed. She took the gun to the police. Even though the perpetrator filed the serial number, they didn't do a great job at it. And the gun was traced back to Paul Freeshower. Freeshower maintained his innocence, but he was actually sentenced to prison for 7 to 25 years. Oddly enough, Paul Freeshower received a letter while in prison mocking him, and other Circleville residents kept receiving letters. Paul Freeshower was paroled in 1994 and maintained his innocence until his death in 2012. And to this day, the writer has never been identified. Or have they? Just this past August in 2021, The CBS program 48 Hours had former FBI profiler Mary Ellen O'Toole and forensic document expert Beverly East examine the letters. While O'Toole wasn't 100% sure that it was Paul Friesauer, Beverly East was convinced and concluded that the letters could have only have been written and sent by Paul Friesauer. However, what do you guys think? So, the Circleville letters has always been an interesting thing for me since I heard about it several years back. And this is actually me driving through Circleville, Ohio, a little bit. Sorry about the dirty windshield. I actually just got a car wash the day prior, but it's a lot of driving and unfortunately a lot of bugs on the road. But I'd love to hear you guys' opinion on the Circleville letters. And yeah, it was so weird. I've been planning on going to Circleville, Ohio sometime this year. I was planning it back in like the spring. And just as I'm about to go, I hear about the 48 Hours episode about them possibly concluding that Paul Friesauer was the alleged writer. I was just like, really? the time that I plan on going is when they figure out who it was. Maybe. It's still not 100%, but it's looking more and more likely. So, stuff like this always interests me. Just these weird, unexplained mysteries. I've just always been fascinated by stuff like this, or like D.B. Cooper, all that kind of stuff. Just unexplained mysteries in general. And also, I forgot to mention earlier, in Unsolved Mysteries, apparently when they were airing an episode, and I believe it was 1990 or right around there, a letter was sent to them to forget about Circleville. So that's also very intriguing. And Paul Friesauer would have still been in prison at that time. So was there multiple writers? Was it Paul and multiple people that he knew? Did he have somebody on the outside sending him a letter in prison? And people were still getting letters while he was in prison. It's still up in the air. Yes, Beverly East, the forensic document expert, did conclude that it was Paul Friesauer. But that's really all that they concluded, I believe. So, and like I said, the former FBI profiler, Mary Ellen O'Toole, wasn't 100% convinced. So, it's still a mystery. Paul Friesauer might have had a hand in it, but in my opinion, it is still a mystery that has yet to be solved. But yeah, what do you guys think? I'd love to hear them, and thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, why not like and share the video? It would be much appreciated. And if you want to see more of my content, why not subscribe for more paranormal activity. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.